Before you assume whether you are among the chosen, pause for a moment and listen. Not everyone carries that sacred calling. Some move through life unaware that their path was never meant to mirror the ordinary, while others feel an unmistakable pull deep within, a knowing that they were born for something far greater. If you have ever felt out of place, unable to fit into the mold that the world tries to press upon you, it may be because your soul was set apart for a higher purpose. Those who are truly called often sense it before they can explain it. There's a quiet voice within that refuses to be silenced, urging you to stay when others turn away, inviting you to listen when your mind tries to dismiss the message. The chosen are few, and their gifts are rare, divine markings that whisper of a greater destiny. These are not mere talents, but spiritual instruments entrusted by the universe to help fulfill the sacred design of your soul. The path of the chosen one is rarely smooth. It demands courage, resilience, and a deep surrender to transformation. As Emerson once said, "To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment." For the chosen, this truth resonates deeply, for their journey is not one of comfort, but of awakening. Every trial, every doubt, and every dark night of confusion has been part of the sacred preparation, a process of refinement shaping you into who you were meant to become. This message is meant for those who feel the stirrings of that awakening. Within you lie unique spiritual gifts, powerful currents of divine energy designed to guide you and to serve others along the way. These gifts may already be active, though perhaps unrecognized, or they may be slowly emerging as you continue to evolve. They do not arrive all at once. They unfold gradually as your spirit grows stronger and your awareness deepens. Among these sacred endowments, there is one that stands at the foundation of them all, the gift of awareness. This gift is not learned, it is remembered. It has been with you since birth, embedded in the essence of your being. It allows you to see beyond appearances, to sense the truth hidden beneath the surface, and to perceive the unseen currents that move through all things. If you are one of the chosen, you may often feel energies before words are spoken. You might enter a room and immediately sense harmony or tension, peace or chaos, without needing explanation. You notice subtle shifts in tone, emotion, and presence that others overlook. You may have said to yourself, "I don't know how I know, I just know." That quiet certainty is your awareness speaking, the universe revealing truth through intuition. At times, this sensitivity can feel like a burden. The noise of the world may overwhelm you, and the emotions of others may weigh heavily on your heart. But understand this, what you perceive is not weakness, it is wisdom. Your sensitivity is a divine compass guiding you through the unseen landscape of existence. It allows you to discern what is genuine, to sense danger before it appears, and to align yourself with what is pure and true. As your awareness matures, it transforms. You may begin to notice that your very presence influences the energy around you. Chaos softens when you enter the room. Tension dissolves without words. This happens not because you force it, but because your light recalibrates the vibration of your surroundings. Awareness, in its highest form, is both perception and creation, a mirror that reflects truth and a force that restores balance. But with great sensitivity comes responsibility. You are not given this awareness to ignore what you perceive. When you sense deceit, darkness, or imbalance, you are called to respond, to protect, to heal, or simply to walk away. Awareness is not only a gift, it is a sacred duty. Through it, you become a guardian of light in a world that often forgets how to see. Many chosen ones are also deeply empathetic. They feel what others feel as though it were their own emotion. This can make life complicated, but it also opens the heart to profound compassion. With time, you will learn to distinguish between what belongs to you and what you are merely sensing from those around you. When this balance is found, empathy becomes your greatest strength, a bridge through which divine love flows freely. To nurture this gift, you must remain grounded. Meditation, silence, and communion with nature will help you maintain equilibrium amid the world's noise. Doubt may still visit you, times when you question whether what you feel is real or imagined, but trust that your awareness is no illusion. The universe entrusted it to you for a reason, to guide you toward truth. to shield you from harm and to lead you to the places, people, and moments aligned with your soul's mission. The gift of awareness is the light that illuminates your path. It is both compass and guide, revealing what others cannot see and helping you walk with clarity, courage, and grace. And as you continue your journey, this light will only grow brighter until one day you will look back and realize that what once felt like burden was, in truth, your greatest blessing. The more you learn to embrace the sacred gift of awareness, the clearer the world becomes before your eyes. You begin to see not just matter and form, but energy and intention. A living web of meaning woven through every experience, every soul, every breath. Awareness opens the door to truth, yet beyond that doorway lies another divine ability. One that speaks not through the eyes, but through the heart itself. The gift of intuition. Your inner knowing. Intuition is more than instinct. It is the silent language of the soul, the sacred dialogue between your spirit and the divine. It doesn't shout or demand attention. It whispers, gently guiding you toward the path your higher self has already chosen.
For those who are truly awakened, this inner compass becomes an unfailing guide, one that leads with certainty, even when reason hesitates.
Many chosen ones recall moments, even from childhood, when they simply knew something before it happened, sensed truths unspoken, or recognized energies hidden beneath appearances. This was never imagination. It was wisdom speaking through your spirit long before your mind could interpret it. Unlike logic, intuition doesn't seek evidence. It exists beyond the boundaries of proof, drawing its knowledge from a deeper current of universal intelligence. It is the voice of the cosmos translating divine messages into feelings, images, and insights only you can fully understand. In a world that worships reason, this sacred language is often dismissed. But for the chosen, intuition is not optional. It is the navigational system of your soul. Your intuition may express itself in countless ways. It may arrive as a quiet inner voice, a physical sensation in your body, or a dream that lingers with meaning. Sometimes it comes as flashes of clarity that seem to appear from nowhere. However it manifests, it is uniquely attuned to your personal vibration. You might have found yourself ignoring that voice at times, choosing logic over feeling, only to discover later that your inner knowing had been right all along. When you honor your intuition, life begins to flow with synchronicity. People, opportunities, and answers seem to appear exactly when needed, as if the universe itself were conspiring to assist you. That is not coincidence. It is divine alignment responding to your trust. Einstein once said that the intuitive mind is a sacred gift, and the rational mind its faithful servant. The chosen understand this truth profoundly. Reason helps you survive, but intuition helps you live. It leads you where proof cannot, to places your destiny quietly awaits. Yet one of the greatest challenges with this gift is learning to trust it fully. We live in a world that demands explanations, where unseen wisdom is often doubted. You may have been told, "That doesn't make sense," or "You're imagining things." But intuition was never meant to make sense to others. It is a message written in the private language of your soul. When you ignore this gift, your connection to your divine purpose weakens. But when you trust it, your spiritual awareness sharpens, and your path becomes illuminated. Intuition grows with use. It is a muscle of the spirit, strengthened every time you act upon its quiet prompting. Over time, it evolves from occasional whispers to a constant and reliable guide. The more you align with it, the more your life begins to harmonize with the rhythm of your higher calling. Moments of perfect timing, meeting the right person, being in the right place, feeling guided toward the right decision, are the universe's way of confirming your faith in that inner knowing. These moments, known as synchronicities, are divine winks reminding you that you are not walking blindly. You are being led, yet with such a gift comes responsibility. You are shown truths, not for curiosity's sake, but because your soul has been entrusted with insight, meant to protect, guide, or awaken others. When your intuition speaks, you must listen. Dismissing it dulls its light, while following it strengthens your spiritual authority. As your soul continues to evolve, this gift of intuition becomes ever more refined, clearer, more precise, more attuned to divine timing. It will begin to guide not just major decisions, but every subtle movement of your life, aligning you with people and experiences that nurture your purpose. When you live through intuition, fear diminishes, and clarity replaces confusion. Among all the blessings given to the chosen ones, intuition is one of the most precious. It is your spiritual compass, your direct line to the infinite. Trust it, nurture it. Let it speak through you and for you, for it will never lead you astray. And now we come to another sacred ability, the third divine gift bestowed upon those who walk the path of light, the gift of healing, the power to transform energy itself. To most, healing is thought of as a physical act, a treatment, a cure, a restoration of the body. But for the chosen ones, healing flows far deeper. It is not merely about mending wounds. It is about transforming energy. You are a vessel through which divine harmony flows. Without trying, you radiate frequencies that soothe pain, calm chaos, and bring balance to troubled souls. People may find comfort in your presence without knowing why. They feel lighter, clearer, simply because your energy helps them remember peace. Even from a young age, you may have noticed how others naturally confided in you, drawn to your quiet strength and warmth. That is because your very essence is restorative. Healing energy moves through you, not because you command it, but because you are it. Whether through words, touch, music, or silence, you transmit renewal. Some chosen ones heal through creative expression, art, music, writing, while others are guided towards service, counseling, or spiritual practice. Yet no matter the form, the essence is the same. You carry the ability to transmute pain into light. This gift, however, carries a sacred challenge. Because you feel deeply, you often absorb the emotions of others. The suffering of the world can weigh upon you if you do not learn to protect your energy. Periods of solitude and stillness become essential, not as escapes, but as acts of restoration. You must recharge in silence, allowing divine energy to refill you. Healing others must never come at the cost of your own balance. True healing does not mean fixing every broken piece of the world. Sometimes, your role is simply to hold space, to be the calm within another's storm, the light that reminds them they too can heal. The power that flows through you does not always need words or explanations. Often, it is felt through presence alone. People may thank you without understanding that what they felt was the vibration of divine peace moving through you. To heal is to serve as a channel between heaven and earth. You do not create the light, you allow it to move through you. That is the beauty of your gift. The more you surrender to this flow, the more potent it becomes. And as you continue to grow in awareness and intuition, your healing energy will deepen, touching lives in ways that words cannot capture. You are not here merely to exist. You are here to restore, uplift, and awaken. The gift of healing is not a talent to display. It is a calling to embody love in its purest form. And when you embrace it fully, you become what you were always meant to be, a vessel of divine transformation. Even when your words fall silent, your energy continues to speak. The vibration you carry often brings comfort where there was confusion, peace where there was pain. Yet there is one extraordinary facet of this divine endowment that many overlook, the ability to heal yourself. As a chosen one, both your body and your spirit possess a remarkable resilience, a sacred capacity to recover and regenerate. You might notice that even after deep wounds, whether emotional, physical, or spiritual, you somehow rise again, renewed and stronger. This doesn't mean you are spared from suffering. On the contrary, chosen ones often endure great trials. But within you lies a natural attunement to the source of all restoration. Without even realizing it, your soul knows how to draw upon the well of divine healing energy that flows through creation itself. However, the gift of healing is not without responsibility. Those who carry it must learn the art of protection. Because your heart is open and your energy highly receptive, you may unknowingly absorb the pain, worry, and illness of others. What begins as compassion can quickly become exhaustion if you do not safeguard your light. This is why spiritual hygiene, cleansing and renewing your energy, is essential. Practices like meditation, grounding, deep breathing, prayer, or simply spending time in nature help clear the energies you gather and restore your inner equilibrium. Without this renewal, even the strongest healer can become depleted. Another truth every healer must understand is that not everyone is ready to be healed. It can be painful to witness someone you love suffer when you know that peace and restoration are within reach. But healing cannot be forced. Each soul has its own rhythm, its own appointed time for awakening. Sometimes pain must complete its sacred cycle before transformation can occur. Your task is not to fix, but to hold space, to be a vessel through which divine energy may flow, should the other person choose to receive it. This requires wisdom, patience, and boundaries. Knowing when to step forward and when to step back is the sign of a mature healer. Over time, as you continue to grow spiritually, your healing power evolves. You may feel drawn to particular paths: energy work, herbalism, holistic medicine, or other sacred modalities. Trust that inner pull. It is your soul guiding you toward the methods aligned with your vibration. Yet remember, the most powerful healing you will ever offer will not come from technique, but from presence. Healing energy radiates effortlessly from a heart anchored in love. When used with humility and intention, this gift can transform not only those around you, but also your own life. Each act of healing you facilitate echoes back, expanding your spiritual strength and deepening your connection with the divine. Healing is not merely what you do, it is what you are. And as your light grows, another profound ability begins to awaken within you: the gift of spiritual discernment, the power to see beyond illusion. Discernment is among the most vital gifts entrusted to the chosen ones. It is the clear vision that perceives truth in a world clouded by deception. Where others may be swayed by appearances, empty promises, or polished words, your spirit senses the vibration beneath the surface. You can feel when something is off, even when everyone else is convinced it's right. This awareness is not cynicism. It is spiritual intelligence. Discernment does not come from suspicion, but from deep alignment with divine truth. The world is filled with masks, people pretending to be something they are not, ideas disguised as wisdom, situations that shine on the outside but rot within. Yet the chosen ones cannot be easily fooled. Their spirit resonates only with authenticity. You may have found yourself feeling uneasy in a situation that others celebrated, or sensing that a person's smile hid darker intentions. These moments are not paranoia, they are your gift in action, your inner compass alerting you to hidden realities. This gift is especially precious in a time where false light often imitates truth. Many voices claim to offer enlightenment, but not all are guided by love or integrity. Your discernment allows you to recognize teachings, communities, or leaders that resonate with higher consciousness, and to avoid those that feed confusion or ego. This is why chosen ones rarely follow trends blindly. Their inner truth keeps them anchored amid chaos. In relationships, discernment acts as both shield and guide. You see through the surface of people, their words, appearances, and intentions, to the energy they emit. This insight can lead to deep, genuine bonds, but it can also reveal uncomfortable truths about those who wear disguises. The challenge lies in balancing perception with compassion. The gift of discernment is not given to judge, but to protect, to keep your spirit aligned with its divine mission. It also teaches you to recognize not only deception, but authenticity. You can feel when a person's heart is pure, when an opportunity aligns with your purpose, or when a decision resonates with divine timing. Discernment helps you walk in confidence, knowing your choices are guided by higher truth rather than illusion. At times, this ability may seem like a burden. You may see truths that others refuse to acknowledge or sense dangers that have not yet surfaced. But this is the role of the awakened soul, to see clearly in a world that prefers shadows. When used wisely, discernment becomes your greatest defense against spiritual confusion and your most faithful ally in walking the path of light. And as your discernment deepens, you may find yet another sacred current awakening within you, a prophetic awareness that transcends time itself. This is the gift of prophecy, one of the most mysterious and awe-inspiring powers bestowed upon the chosen ones. It allows you to glimpse beyond the veil of the present, to feel the ripples of what is yet to come. Prophecy is not limited to grand visions or dramatic revelations. Often it speaks softly, through dreams, sudden insights, or moments of déjà vu that stir your soul. If you have ever sensed that something was about to happen before it did, or dreamed of an event that later came true, you have already touched the edge of this gift. Prophecy is not imagination. It is communication from the divine through the channel of your spirit. Your consciousness becomes attuned to the flow of time, allowing fragments of the future to reveal themselves. Yet this gift must be approached with humility. The future is fluid, shaped by choices and energy. What you see is not always fixed. It is a potential outcome, a message meant to guide rather than dictate. True prophecy is not about control or prediction for pride's sake. It is about preparation, alignment, and service. It allows you to warn, to comfort, and to bring light where uncertainty reigns. Sometimes your visions may be symbolic, images that require contemplation rather than immediate interpretation. Other times they are clear and direct, leaving you with an unshakable knowing. With experience, you will learn to discern which messages are for you and which are meant to be shared. This is why your previous gifts, awareness, intuition, healing, and discernment, must all mature before prophecy can be safely carried. When balanced and guided by love, the prophetic gift becomes a sacred bridge between heaven and earth. It reminds humanity that time is not linear but woven, a tapestry of cause, intention, and divine orchestration. Through you, fragments of that tapestry are revealed, not to glorify the seer, but to awaken the world to its higher destiny. To bear this gift is to carry both light and weight. The future is vast and not all visions are comforting. But when you use this insight with faith, humility, and compassion, you fulfill one of the highest purposes of a chosen soul, to illuminate the path before others so that they, too, may find their way home. The gift of empathy, when embraced with wisdom, becomes one of the most transformative forces on earth. It allows you to touch hearts, to awaken compassion, and to restore harmony wherever there is pain or confusion. But this gift, like all sacred powers, must be refined through awareness. True empathy does not mean carrying the suffering of others. It means transmuting that pain into light, showing through your presence that healing is possible. As you grow in spiritual maturity, you begin to realize that empathy is not only a feeling, it is a form of spiritual communication. It is how the universe speaks through you, reminding others that they are seen, known, and loved. Your energy becomes a bridge between worlds, the visible and the invisible, the broken and the whole. This is why people feel lighter after being near you. Without even saying a word, your vibration sends a silent message of peace. You are safe. You are understood. However, to sustain this light, you must learn the sacred art of detachment. Detachment is not indifference, it is balance. It means feeling deeply without being consumed by what you feel. When you master this, your empathy transforms from emotional weight into spiritual strength. You can walk through storms without being drenched, because your inner light remains steady, protected by divine understanding. This gift also refines your intuition. Through empathy, you can perceive the subtle shifts in someone's energy long before they speak. You can sense when a situation is changing, when harmony is about to be disrupted, or when a soul nearby needs silent support. You may even find yourself praying or sending healing energy spontaneously, guided by an unseen wisdom that flows through you. Over time, your empathy expands beyond the personal. You begin to feel the heartbeat of the planet itself, the suffering of humanity, the cry of the oceans, the yearning of the earth for balance. This global empathy is the mark of an awakened soul. It calls you to act, not only for yourself, but for all beings, to become a vessel of divine compassion in a world that has forgotten how to feel. But never forget, empathy without self-care leads to depletion. To serve others, you must first be whole within yourself. Protect your sacred energy through prayer, solitude, nature, and rest. Cleanse your aura regularly through light, sound, or intention. Surround yourself with peace, for your environment greatly influences the purity of your vibration. Ultimately, the gift of empathy is the heartbeat of divine love within you. It teaches you that connection is not a weakness, but a superpower, a reminder that we are all threads in the same sacred web of life. Through empathy, you fulfill one of the highest purposes of a chosen one, to embody unconditional love in a world that desperately needs to remember what love truly feels like. The seventh and final spiritual gift bestowed upon the chosen ones is the gift of divine connection, a sacred bridge between your soul and the higher realms. This is perhaps the most profound of all, for it grants you direct access to divine wisdom, guidance, and truth from the spiritual dimension. While many pray or meditate in hopes of receiving an answer, you, the chosen one, often find yourself in continuous dialogue with the divine. You feel guided by an unseen hand, comforted by a loving presence that whispers through intuition, signs, dreams, and even the quiet voice within your spirit. If you've ever received a message just when you needed it most, a sudden knowing, a symbol, a moment of unshakable peace, that was not coincidence. That was your divine connection at work. This connection is not fleeting. It is a constant living bond between you and the source of all creation. Through it, you are able to tap into the infinite consciousness of the universe, a wellspring of truth and clarity that transcends reason. Answers appear not through logic but through illumination. You simply know what must be done, and peace follows that knowing. Even amid chaos, you sense calm. Even in uncertainty, you feel protected. Many chosen ones receive divine communication through dreams, meditation, or sudden insight, messages delivered in symbols, visions, or direct impressions from higher beings. Sometimes, the messages are subtle and must be interpreted. Other times, they are unmistakably clear. Yet in every form, they carry one promise. You are never alone. Your path is watched over. Your steps are guided, and your spirit is upheld by the divine that walks beside you. But one of the greatest lessons of this gift is learning to trust it. Divine guidance doesn't always appear logical or convenient. You may be led toward paths that seem uncertain or even uncomfortable, yet the divine sees what your human eyes cannot. Trust allows you to move with faith rather than fear, to walk forward even when the next step isn't visible. When you surrender to that trust, your actions begin to align with the will of heaven itself. You become a living vessel through which divine intelligence flows, speaking words of wisdom that heal hearts, offering counsel that uplifts, and carrying a peace that others can feel. Often you will not even realize the impact you have, because it is not you speaking, it is Spirit speaking through you. With time, you will learn to recognize the difference between your own thoughts and divine messages. True divine guidance always carries a vibration of peace and clarity, even when it challenges you. It never confuses, manipulates, or frightens. It uplifts. It enlightens. It anchors you in truth. You will also begin to witness synchronicities, those perfectly timed encounters, opportunities, and signs that appear as if by magic. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. The universe rearranges itself to affirm that you are walking in harmony with your divine purpose. Life flows more smoothly, and what once required effort now unfolds with grace. Yet this sacred gift also carries its trials. Being so deeply attuned to the divine can at times feel isolating. You may find yourself misunderstood by those who cannot see or sense what you do. Doubt may whisper that your experiences are imagination. But remember this, your connection is real. The more you trust it, the stronger it becomes. To nurture this connection, make time for stillness. Meditate, pray, commune with nature. Honor the silence where divine wisdom speaks most clearly. These moments of alignment strengthen your bond with your angels, guides, and the unseen forces that walk beside you. Through devotion, your gift of divine connection will grow, not as a loud voice, but as a constant presence of knowing, a quiet peace that never leaves. And now, chosen one, you have discovered the 7 spiritual gifts bestowed upon those called for a higher purpose. Awareness, intuition, healing, discernment, prophecy, empathy, and divine connection. These are not random abilities. They are sacred, instruments given to you to fulfill your divine mission on earth. Each gift has been designed to help you navigate the unseen, to protect your spirit, and to serve the awakening of others. But with great gifts comes great responsibility. These abilities are not meant to glorify the self, but to serve humanity. They are tools for healing, guidance, and transformation. Through them, you become a mirror of divine light, a living reminder that love and truth still walk the earth. So embrace your gifts with humility and courage. Trust them, nurture them, allow them to guide you toward the destiny your soul chose long before you arrived here. The world needs you now more than ever. Your light, your wisdom, your compassion. Step forward with grace, knowing that you are never walking alone. The divine moves through you, speaks through you, and shines through you. May your path be blessed. May your journey be protected. And may you always walk with the strength, peace, and purpose of a true chosen one. Until next time, beloved soul, thank you for walking with Spirit.